So, welcome in this video, where I would like to show you how I created a project and task management agent in Microsoft Copilot Studio. Basically, my main problem was that with my running projects, I have sent out emails on a day, then I needed capacity to follow up about the send the emails on the next day. What was the topic, who was the recipient, and what was the request or the to-do in this email. And I wanted to have one single source of truth for the running task belonging to a project or belonging to several projects. And that is updated automatically basing on the email flow, the outgoing and incoming emails connected to several projects and several tasks. In order to solve this, I created an agent with some simple tools attached with one main topic that is handling this and with an online Excel database stored in a SharePoint library attached or connected to this agent. Let me show you how I manage this. So today in this video, the topic is how I build a project and task management agent in Microsoft Copilot Studio. I would like to show it to you step by step and also present to you a live demo at the end. The big idea was that I have incoming and outgoing emails, and the communication is sometimes going on different threads. It's not really easy to follow everything up. I have the Copilot Studio agent with GPT-4o at the moment and generative orchestration. I wanted to have one database, which is an Excel online table, to follow up the tasks, and it should be a living system. It updates itself automatically based on the outgoing and incoming emails, and it's also possible with the help of the agent to ask for summaries, follow-ups, next steps, and so on. The goal was to turn the email chaos into organized, actionable task management. The problems that it solves is the manual text capture. So the text capture is done automatically. Lost thread context, maybe some information are buried, but with this automated AI follow-up, it is solved. Scattered follow-ups, no unified task board across projects. It's solved with this as well, and the access barriers. The solution is one Excel table that automatically updates, and it has a universal access. The high-level architecture of the agent, and now I'm jumping into the Microsoft Copilot Studio to show you there these points. We have an email trigger when an email arrives, and it sends only the message ID, the clean message ID, no prefixes or anything after that. Then we have the agent, generative orchestration on GPT-4o, and actions, which is the get email action and tool attached to this agent, then the add row, list rows, and the update row tools, and also actions within the topics, and they will target the same and the one online Excel table, which is our database. A tip, we are sending as a prompt only the message ID to the agent, and after that using the get email action to get the data of the agent. With this, the process is cleaner. Here you can see the overview of this agent. Generative orchestration is turned on, GPT-4o model. In the instructions, I have only the message. If a message ID arrives in a prompt, then please start the topic, which is the project management topic that it should be started. Then let's jump to the triggers. When a new email arrives is our trigger. I'm just quickly showing you what is there. I have simply two steps. When an email arrives, then a prompt is sent to the agent, and this is the message ID without any other text that is sent. And I have now four tools altogether attached. Let me start with the one at the bottom is the get email. Based on a message ID, it gets the data of an email. and the other three, they are belonging to the same online Excel table, which is stored in a SharePoint library. It is the add a row into a table, which adds a row, a new row to an existing table within an online Excel sheet. Then lists rows present in the table. It lists the content and the details of the table within the online Excel. And then update a row. It needs an ID, a row ID, and this row will be updated or returned with new data. It's not creating a new row. If you are checking one of these, and for all of these three, sorry, uh, the location, document library, file, and table datas are set previously in order to use the same Excel file. Back to the overview, this is the general setup of the agent. The Excel table that we talked about looks like this. We have 9 columns, the message ID, the topic title, topic description, the from address to address, last mail date, direction of the email, in and out, to do, and the deadline for the to do. The mail direction logic: if the sender is not my email address, then it's an incoming email. If the sender is my email address, then it's an outgoing email. This email acts like a living log of the task across all projects. Let me show you where this is located. I have the SharePoint site. In the shared documents library, I have a project management folder, and within the project management folder, I have this online Excel table, basically with the columns I showed you previously. Now, let's jump into the project management topic. How is it built up? First, the message ID is stored as a variable. I'm showing it to you here in Copilot Studio. Here is our topic. Basically, this topic handles the message ID input prompts that I have written as a description for this topic. First, there's a set variable value where the activity tag system variable is stored as a message ID variable. After that, I'm getting the email details, and after that, getting the online Excel table details. I have the get email action where the input is the message ID, and I have 18 outputs here. Then I have the list rows present in the table action. Here I have previously in the tools menu added the default inputs, the location of the file, the name of the table, and so on. So I don't need to add any other input here. After that, what I'm doing is I'm adding together the email data into one email input string with a formula in which I'm just simply connecting as a text the message ID, the from address, the true addresses, the CC addresses, the subject of the email, the body of the email, and the receive date and time of the email. The target of this is to be able to add this as a text input for a prompt action step later on. Then I have the Excel input string. Basically, the output of this action is a table with this formula. With the JSON function, I'm turning this table into a string that I can also add in the next steps to a prompt action. These are the input strings I have built, and there's a prompt action, which is basically the project management logic that is in the background, that is the heart of the whole flow. It has two inputs, the Excel input string and the email input string, and it will have one output, a project management logic output, which is a JSON variable in this case. Let's see what is inside of it. Perfect. The model I'm using here is the O3 version of GPT. I have the inputs, email and the Excel input. The Excel column name descriptions are here. Which column is what, basically, and how is it built up? And after that, what to do? First, the basic logic is that the agent needs to check whether this is a new task in the email or an already existing task that is determined here. And after that, I have here the description how the JSON output should look like and use English language as a general rule. As I showed you within this prompt action, it is separated between a new task and an already existing task. One of the key parameter that is defining it is the subject. Whether the content of the subject is different, then it's a new topic. Uh, if not, then still needs to be checked whether there's already a history of this email, because with the get email action, you get not only the latest email, but if you have several replies, you have the whole history of the email flow. Whether a history is found in the Excel table, then it's not a new task, it's an answer to an already existing task, maybe. And then a history ID is set. That means that the message ID of this previous task in the Excel table will be the history ID, and the message ID parameter in the JSON will be the message ID of the current email. The inputs I showed you, and the JSON output, depending on whether it's a new or an already existing task, we need to update or create a new task. The history ID, the matched email ID or empty. That means if a history is found in the online Excel, then it's the message ID of this previous task. If not, then it's empty. The message ID parameter is the current email message ID. The topic title is generated or preserved if we are following up an already existing task. The topic description is generated or continued. Now we want to have continuous description, keeping the previous one and following basically the story. The from is the sender address to all recipients, including the CC addresses, last mail date, the thread date time, mail direction in or out, to do, next action in a few words, and the deadline is the deadline of the to do if there are any. After this prompt action, there are two ways in which we are updating this online Excel table. We are creating a new task, or we are updating an already existing row, existing task within it. Basing on the do parameter within the JSON file, if it's a create, then we are adding a row into a table. If it's equals to update, then we are updating a row in the online Excel table. Now I observed in some cases that when I'm saving a topic, then I'm coming back to it, then some inputs are missing that I need to add once again. This happened here as well. The input for the add a row in a table is basically a variable looking in the following way. It's like a string variable in which I'm just connecting together the parameters and values in the JSON variable, the message ID, the from address, the deadline, the last email date, and so on. And this is the same here in the update row action. I have no inputs now. I need to add both the ID and the item. The item is the same, basically, as by the other action. And the ID is basically the history ID that I can get with the topic dot project management logic output dot structured output dot history ID variable insert. And I'm saving this topic once again. Now let me show you how it works, how it can manage some tasks. Basically, with the sending, receiving email, the agent is triggered automatically. The Excel is updated in real time, and it's also possible with the help of the generative orchestration and the GPT-4o model that we can ask summaries or follow-ups. We are staying always on task ledger. The whole process is driven by real email traffic. There are instant status update. All urgent to-dos and deadlines can be asked. It can be also set up to have every morning a summary, a follow-up arrived to your email inbox with another trigger and another prompt input for this agent. And what we can do next is a priority tags, automated reminders, SLA checks if it's needed. So let's see how it works in real life. I have the agent overview here. I'm just jumping to the activity tab to be able to follow up the agent. Then I have the online Excel table, which is empty. And I have my Outlook, where I'm now sending an email from my Gmail address to my other address to test an incoming email. The subject of the email can be Copilot project in this case, and the email body. Hi, could you please send me a status update of the running test until Friday next week? And I'm sending this. We are checking the inbox of my other email account. This email arrived. If we are going to the Copilot agent and I'm refreshing, now the agent is working and the flow is completed. Let's check the online Excel. I have a new row, Copilot project. It's the topic title, topic description, requesting status update of running test until Friday next week. From to address the date and time the email arrived, incoming email, to do, please prepare status update by next Friday, and the date is exactly the date of next Friday counted from today. Now let's answer this email. This was the incoming email. I'm adding an answer to my own email address as well. It can be solved with the BCC later on, and I can answer in this way. All tasks are done, please confirm. Send. Checking my other account, the email arrived. And of course, here I have a copy of this email as well. Copilot Studio. We have a new task, new activity, managed, and this first row has been changed now. Let's see the topic description. Status update sent, waiting confirmation. It was extended. And now I have an outgoing email and waiting for confirmation. Now let's say I received this email, all tasks are done, please confirm. I'm just answering with confirmed. Email is sent. Arrived in the other account, Copilot Studio. Let's check the activities. It is running now. Completed. Let's check the Excel. We have an incoming email. No further action. In the description, I should see confirmation received. Basically, this task is done. Then let's say I'm sending a new email to my email address with the subject re residential project and with the email body. Please give me a list about the next steps of the construction. Send. The email arrived. Let's check the activities in Copilot Studio. It's in progress now and completed. Let's check the online Excel. Now I have a new row with another topic title, residential project, construction next steps. Sender requests a list of upcoming construction steps. This is the description. From and to addresses, the date and time, incoming email, and basically compile and send construction next steps list without any deadline. That was not in the email. So as we can see, the agent works as we expected. Now, if I'm turning it on my own email account, then I have a follow-up in one single online Excel table about my running tasks, about my to-dos. What we can also do now is that we go back to the Copilot Studio agent and asking for a summary, a follow-up about the running tasks. We can say something like this. Please prepare for me a summary of my running project tasks. And let's see what the agent does. It's using the list rows present in the table action. Basically, it gives a summary of the running tasks. If I'm asking, maybe is there any task with a pending deadline? Then uses the same action. Based on the current data, there are no tasks with a pending deadline. So it can be also used for daily reminders, daily follow-ups. We can also connect later on an MCP server action to that, or an MCP server connector to send out reminder emails. So the possibilities are basically unlimited. That's what I wanted to show you in this video with the help of the simple topic and simple actions and tools. We could create such a project management assistant agent that is next to us and makes a log, makes a summary, updates the task statuses, and also is able to create follow-up summaries and reminders. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any other ideas that would work to create a video about, please leave a comment below.